It's human nature to want to help others, but sometimes the way we help isn't always well received. We offer advice or solutions, but what people really need is to find their own answers. So how do we do that? How do we help people discover what they need for themselves? In today's video, I'm going to share 7 strategies that will help you guide others into getting what they truly want without telling them what to do. Hello world, I'm David Scott Bernstein. Number 1, establish rapport. When communication goes badly, it's usually because of only one factor, a lack of rapport. When rapport wanes, so does trust, connection, and influence. Start by gaining rapport through acknowledging the other person's intent, building trust, and doing active listening. If the other person appears disengaged, then go back to building rapport before doing anything else. Nothing else will work until rapport is firmly established. Without rapport, there is no trust or connection, and certainly no influence. So before even thinking about offering help, you need to build and maintain rapport with the other person. How can rebuilding rapport instantly improve communication? Start by acknowledging the other person's intent. And this shows that you're listening and that you deeply care. Use active listening to show that you are engaged. Keep eye contact and use your body language to show that you understand what the other person is saying. If the other person starts to disengage, focus on rebuilding rapport before moving forward. Without rapport, no advice or help you can offer will land properly. Rapport is the foundation for every communication. Rapport is essential not just in personal relationships, but in team dynamics as well. Whether you're having a one-on-one with a colleague or leading a stand-up meeting, rapport fosters trust and openness. In Agile, building rapport ensures that teams feel comfortable sharing ideas, challenges, and solutions, and it keeps communication at a very high level and keeps productivity high. Once rapport is established, the next step is helping the other person focus on what they actually want. Number 2, help them state what they want in the positive. The subconscious mind doesn't understand negatives. Instead of focusing on what they don't want, have people focus on what they do want. Like, I want to be valued for the amazing person that I am. This sets the subconscious mind in the right track. The subconscious mind doesn't process negatives well. When someone says, I don't want to fail, their mind still attaches into the idea of failure. That's why it's so important to help the other person reframe their desires in a positive light. Why does focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want have such a powerful effect on achieving our goals? It's the way the mind works. Encourage people to state what they want, not what they're trying to avoid. So instead of saying, I don't want to be overwhelmed, say, I want to feel in control. When people focus on the positive, they are more likely to move towards it. Help paint a clear picture in the other person's mind of what success will look like, and they'll be much more likely to achieve it. Shifting to positive phrasing also helps make people feel empowered rather than stuck in fear and frustration. This concept is crucial in goal setting and problem solving. By framing challenges in the positive, people start moving towards their goals rather than away from their fears. This is especially useful in Agile teams when we're trying to focus on what can be achieved, rather than what went wrong during a retrospective. Now that we're focused on what people want, we can help them visualize it by making their desires sensory specific. And this brings us to our next strategy. Make it sensory specific. The stronger and more intense the desire, the more powerful it can become. Do this by having people intensify their visualizations, making them in full color, with texture, with smells, with sounds and touch. When it's sensory specific, it goes deeper and people can associate more deeply with the positive feelings they want to create. Ask, how will it feel when you get this outcome? The clearer someone's vision of their goal is, the more real it becomes. Help people make their desires sensory specific. Encourage them to visualize how they'll feel, what they'll see, and what their environment will be like once they achieve their goal. How does engaging the senses make goals more attainable? The more vivid the visualization, the more likely they are to stay motivated and focused on achieving it. Positive emotions associated with people's goals make the desires stronger and more real. And these are the things that really pull us through when tough times happen. Visualization is a powerful tool used by athletes and entrepreneurs and teams. It's very powerful for helping us get in state so that we can achieve what we want. For developers and agile teams, helping the team visualize success on a project, whether it's seeing the product in the hands of our users or imagining a seamless release, creates a collective drive towards that goal. But all of this is only valuable if people are the one driving the process, which leads us to strategy number 4, initiated and maintained by the one who wants it. When helping others get clear on what they want, it's important to make sure it's what they want and not what you want. Avoid suggesting what they should do and instead encourage them to answer the questions for themselves. If you do offer advice, then give at least 3 alternatives so they can choose for themselves and it becomes their decision and their responsibility. It's important that the person you're helping owns their process. This is about their desires, not yours. Rather than telling them what they should do, guide them to discover the answers for themselves. If you need to offer advice, give multiple options so that they can choose and take responsibility for their own decisions. How can offering too much advice actually stop people from achieving their goals? Avoid telling people what to do. Ask questions and guide them towards their own solutions. In Agile, this principle applies when empowering teams to make decisions during sprint planning or retrospectives. When team members feel like they arrive at their own solutions themselves, they are more committed to seeing it through. Offering alternatives fosters a sense of ownership and autonomy within teams. This brings us to the next strategy. Number 5, acknowledge and appreciate limiting beliefs. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from doing what we want because of limiting beliefs. All beliefs had a purpose when they were formed, but sometimes beliefs can outlive their usefulness. Rather than challenging a limiting belief, recognize the original intent and be grateful for it. This helps us see beliefs without triggering their defense mechanisms. Then look for other ways that the original belief can be satisfied. We all have limiting beliefs, but rather than challenging them head on, it's more effective to acknowledge and appreciate. Every belief once served a purpose, but some outlive their usefulness. By recognizing and being grateful for these beliefs, you can help others see them without triggering their defenses. What's the best way to help someone overcome limiting beliefs without resistance? Well, instead of dismissing limiting beliefs, acknowledge their purpose. They're there to protect or help us in some way. Appreciation helps soften our resistance and opens the door for change. Once the belief is acknowledged, help people find new ways to achieve the original intent without the old limitations. This is particularly useful during project retrospectives, where teams often uncover limiting beliefs about the things that should be done. By acknowledging the usefulness of old approaches and then moving on to better methods, teams can innovate without feeling like they're abandoning past successes. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from change because we fear we're losing something. That's where the next strategy comes in. Strategy number 6, preserve the positive byproducts of the current situation. Often, the reason we don't go after what we truly want is because we're holding on to some positive byproduct of the current situation. By acknowledging what we're afraid to lose, we can find better alternatives and move forward. How does recognizing what we're holding on to help us move forward towards what we really want? Sometimes the reason that we don't fully pursue a goal is because we're getting something we value from it, but not everything. Help people recognize what the positive byproduct is and show them that they don't have to lose it moving forward. Once they see that, they'll be more open to finding alternatives that meet both needs. This strategy can help teams when they resist process change or new tools. By acknowledging the comfort or familiarity of the current way of doing things, you open the door for change without dismissing the work of the past. It's about evolving, not rejecting. Finally, help people recognize how new perspectives can change the way they feel and drive them towards their goals. Recognize benefits of new perspectives. Behind every want is a desire to feel a specific way. This is the essence of why we do things, to have particular feelings. Keeping this in mind can help inspire and motivate us to get what we really want and feel the way we really want to feel. If what we want is better than what we're getting, then focusing on this will help inspire us to go for it. Every goal, every desire is ultimately about how we want to feel. So when you help someone connect their goals to their feelings and what they want to experience, you inspire and motivate them to go for it. How does focusing on emotional benefits of achieving a goal increase our chances of success? Every goal has an emotional driver behind it, whether it's happiness, security, or success. Identifying this and visualizing can help us get closer to our goals. Help people connect the dots between what they want and how they will feel when they achieve it. In agile projects, motivating people ties back to the why behind a feature. Helping a team connect the end result to the value that they bring, whether it's user satisfaction or product success, keeps everyone focused and motivated. Helping others find their own solution not only empowers them, but also strengthens your relationship with them. To dive deeper into how you can facilitate better communication and support, check out my video on higher fidelity communication, where I break down how to truly understand and be understood in any conversation. And for more tips on how to collaborate and communicate more effectively, check out this next video. And until then, happy coding.